back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's story time. Before we get into it, make sure you are subscribed, give this video a thumbs up, and leave me a comment down below. Hey y'all. You read the title, so you already know what we're going to be talking about, so we're going to get right into it. But before we do, I just want to say one thing, a couple things maybe. A lot of people were mad at last week's story.
Oh Lord. Again.
A lot of people. I'm not trying to rant, but what I will say is I know for sure I don't want to be famous. And let me tell you why. I always got time. Not always. It depends. It's situational. I'm all for, like I always tell y'all, I'm all for a difference in opinion. I welcome difference of opinions on this channel. I love picking people's brains. I love seeing people's point of views on things. I love to not argue, if you will, but like I just like the banter that I have with y'all. And one thing that I know a lot of y'all appreciate about me being a YouTuber is that I respond to all of y'all's comments. Like if I don't do nothing else, I'm gonna respond to a comment. And 9 times out of 10 it's a positive comment, right? It's one thing to have a difference of opinion, and then it's another thing to come on my page and call me out my name. When I tell you it was so many, not so many people, but like more than like the normal weird comment I get every now and again on a video. Once you get to calling me weird ass bitches and calling me out my name and I'm this and I'm that, and once you get to doing that, because I don't respond to a lot of like trolling comments. I really don't. And plus they get like filtered out because of YouTube. Like, so I don't even see them like most of the time. They sit in the filter comments. But the few that do like make it past the filters and it actually does post on my page, you're not gonna come on my page and call me, you know, weird ass bitch and think that I'm not gonna respond. Because then when I put your name that you use on YouTube, you're not even messaging off like a fake account, a spam account, nothing. You got the same username and picture on your YouTube that you do on Instagram. So then when I put that on Instagram and I go through your page and I'm coming back and I'm telling you what you look like, now I'm bullying. Now I don't want to be famous. Because I know as my platform grows, I don't need to be addressing comments like that. I know it. But you're not going to come on my page and call me on my name and think that I'm just going to let that shit slide. So for the people who feel some type of way about me sharing that story about my brother, take it up with God. Before you do that, I'm going to turn around so you can see this big juicy ass and you can kiss it. Or tell your daddy to do it. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Don't come on my page insulting me and calling me out my name and think that I'm just gonna let that shit rock. No. So, okay, I always say, like, I always have like a talk with y'all like every few months about that. I promise, I don't want to make no promise because I don't like breaking promises. Maybe I promise not to address this again, but don't come on my page being weird. I know, Lauren, ignore it, Lo, ignore it. Like, okay, but like, would you ignore somebody calling you weird ass bitch? Maybe you would. Difference of opinion though. That's where you feel what I'm saying? No. And certainly don't come on my page calling me out my name when you know that you look the way that you look. And that's not just like one person, y'all. I'm talking about this is like multiple people. You know that you look like that. And you know that I can see what you look like. Now it's not funny when I crack a joke. Okay, so whatever. So now let's get into the story. So this is the story about how one of my exes, I spent the block. He spent the block on me. I spent the block on him. We spent the block on each other. And it didn't work out. So remember how I told y'all before, I have told y'all pretty much about all of my serious relationships. Devin, Sean, Austin. I don't really count him as a relationship, but now we've been to introduce my final ex, and I can tell y'all stories and stories for days. So for this specific story and from here on out, we are gonna name this ex Quan. Okay, I really want to tell you. Okay, so like I want to tell y'all like who Quan is, but I don't. But I don't care. But I kind of do a little bit. Okay, let me just put it like this, because this could be like a handful of people. Of course, Quan was a basketball player. If you are not new here, you know somehow I always end up with the athlete. I think it is just destined for my life to be an athlete wife. I don't know why. That's the only type. That's my type. That's the only type of people that I date in relationships with. Whatever. Cool. Quan was, and I'm not gonna say what part of South Carolina he is from. No, nothing. Quan at this time, like back years and years ago, was a top basketball prospect out of South Carolina. That could be a handful of people. I know it could be at least like 2 or 3 different people. So I'm not going to say which one he is. Y'all can guess in the comments if you're from South Carolina. If you know, you know. I might like a comment to be messy or something, like if you guess it right. I'm not going to come out and say his name though. He was a top basketball prospect, okay? When I met Quan, I did not know this about him though. Okay, so backstory. I used to have a homegirl. She don't really need a name. She used to talk to, should I say his name? Okay, she really fumbled the bag with this one. She used to talk to a good friend of Quan's, and this good friend, so let's name the friend Bill. And I don't know if I've ever used these names before. If I have, no correlation to the previous story times. Let's say my homegirl talked to Bill. Fumbled that bag because Bill is currently an NBA player, and he's like at the height of his career right now. Like he's doing very well. I'm not gonna say who he is, what team he played for, no nothing, but just know they was talking for a long time, and like, girl, you fumbled that. You fumbled that, and I know she gonna see this and she gonna be like, yeah, I did. Yeah, you did. You fumbled that, but that's besides the point. This was before any of that even happened. So I'm talking to her. She at my crib one day, and she's on the phone with Bill, and it was one of those things like, he was like, oh, you at your homegirl house, what she looked like do you think she would want to talk to my homeboy? So this was right after me. Let me tell y'all the exact dates, because I still got the messages on Facebook Messenger. I really still got these messages from years and years and years ago. I really want to show y'all that I'm not lying. I'm not gonna show the name, but just know I still got the messages. Okay, so when did we first start messaging? This was June 2nd, 2012. Okay, just for some perspective. So me and Austin was together on and off for 2 years. He's a couple years older than me, so he graduated in 2012. And obviously, you know, like he went off to school and did whatever he did in his life. So I know in my mind that's not really gonna work. Like I'm still in high school, you're going off to college. Why would I even play myself like that? So he was like raps for real at that point in time. Because what I will tell y'all, Austin's been about too, but that's a different story. That's a different story. So me and dude started texting or communicating on June 2nd. So my homegirl gave Bill my Facebook and he passed it along to Quan, right? Cool. So mind you, I don't know this boy. I've never heard of this boy. I don't know nothing about him, like literally nothing about him. So we start talking and everything is cool. We get on the phone and stuff like that, and we just getting to know each other. And he just kept like asking me like, you never like heard my name before? Like he was real, like, I don't want to say like full of himself, but like he kind of damn near was like very arrogant. So he just kept saying like, you never heard of like my name before? Like you never like heard of me before? And I'm just like, no, why would I? Like, and I'm going through like his page and stuff, and like at this time, I don't know if like this was just me, but when I first made my Facebook, I was accepting any and everybody. So like I had the max amount of friends that you could have on Facebook. 80% of those people on my Facebook at that time, before I like did a sweep like a few years ago, I don't know these people for real. You was just accepting friends. So he had the max amount of Facebook friends as well. I'm not thinking nothing of it though, because like we got the same amount of friends. Like I'm not nobody for real. So why would I think you anybody special? All I know is your name Quan and you play ball, right? Cool. And at this time, so in 2012, I was what, 16? if this was June, I was turning 16. He told me he was the same age as me. Follow me. So, and I'm believing him because he looks like he's tall. He had like a little facial hair at this point, not too much, but you know, like he looked like the same age as me. I might be foreshadowing a little bit, but anyways, okay. So he just kept asking like, you don't know who I am and blah blah blah. So I'm just like, no, sir. Like, why would I know you? Like, I don't know you. So whatever, cool. So he just was saying stuff like, I like that. Like, I'm unknown to you. Like, I like that you don't know who I am, because now I know you're not just talking to me like just because I'm me and all of this stuff. And I would just be like, well, how I don't know that you're not talking to me because I'm me. Like, how I know that you're not just talking to me because I'm me. Like, I'm very much that bitch. Like, why would I? So, okay, cool. So it was like that. I really started to like Quan, y'all. Like, I really started to like him, and I started to like him really, really fast. Like, I wanted to keep like stuff like on like the down low for a little while, because I used to have this thing where I would like prematurely like brag on somebody, and I would go and tell my friends about this guy, and then he would just start showing his ass, and then like the next week they'll be like, oh, what happened to such and such, and I'd be like, girl, we don't need to talk no more. I could have just kept my mouth closed. So I was trying to protect this situationship before it turned into a relationship, like by all means. But one day I had slipped up, and I was talking to me, Sparkle, Nye, Mercedes, some of our other homegirls. Like, we all had a class together, and we just, you know, talking, gossiping, whatever. And I was saying like, oh yeah, I got like a new boo, whatever. Like, I don't know if it's gonna turn into anything, but like, I'm really starting to like him. So they was like, what's his name? And we had like this group of homeboys. So I said his name, and if y'all knew his name, dang, I can't even say that. Okay, I said his name, like his real name. And one of my homeboys was like, wait, Quan Jefferson? Like, fake name. So I'm like, yeah. So then he was like, you talked to him? So I was like, yeah, like, we just started talking like a couple weeks ago. Like, yeah. So I'm just like, yeah, you know, that's my boo. So he was kind of like looking at me. So I was like, what? So he was like, nothing. I'm like, okay, so everything is going good with Quan. We are officially dating now. He has asked me to be his girlfriend, y'all. We going on dates. I done met the family. Like, he's taking me out. I'm cool with his mama. Like, I got his mama phone number. She would text me like Bible scriptures, like to start my day. Like, good morning, beautiful. Good morning, sunshine. I hope you have the most amazing day. Like, we really, like, me and the mama was like besties. Like, so that's how, like, I'm just thinking back to like all of this, and I can't believe stuff turned out how it turned out, because we had like such, like, I'm not even gonna hold you, because like Austin was like my first love, or what I thought to be like my first love, and maybe I thought we was gonna be together forever. But once I got over Austin, I really like started taking Quan serious, and we was in like a serious committed relationship. I really thought we was gonna get married. Kid you not. Before I found out like all of this stuff, but like in that moment, I was like so in love with him. What? So we're dating and everything is fine. And I want to say, because y'all, we dated for like a year and a half. Dang. Okay, so these messages aren't consistent. Okay, so everything is fine like for that first year. Did we make it? Maybe we didn't quite make it to a year mark at this point, but it was some months. Like, we were together for like a really long time. Maybe not quite a year, but definitely like some months. So one day we are just like talking, and everything was fine. We got off the phone. We're saying like, I love you at this point, and everything like that. And then the next day, I don't hear nothing from him. So I'm calling him, I'm texting him, like, it ain't no good morning text, it ain't no check-ins throughout the day, it ain't no nothing. So I'm calling him, I'm texting him, and y'all, this turns into like a couple days, and then a week, and then y'all, I hadn't heard from this man in like a month. Literally a whole month. And that's not because of me. I've been messaging him on Facebook, calling him, texting him. I texted his mama phone. Nothing. I'm not hearing nothing from nobody. So I'm just like, wait, like, did I get ghosted? Like, what did I do? So now, of course, I'm taking it as like a personal dig to me. Like, oh my gosh, this is making me like so insecure. I don't know what I did. Like, we was good. What happened to us? Like, we was so in love. Like, we supposed to be together. We supposed to start our lives. Like, da 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 da. Right? So I just had to like move on with my life. He didn't officially like break up with me, but obviously if you ghosted me, I'm taking that as we don't go together no more. Like, you literally ghosted me. So in this time frame, whenever we had stopped talking and being together, word had got around the school that like we was talking or whatever, and then we had broke up. Why somebody come up to me and say like, oh, that was probably like a good thing that like y'all broke up, because in 2012 I was what, in 10th grade? That probably is like a good thing that y'all broke up, because he's in 8th grade.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Huh? So I did. I was just standing in the hall just looking at him like, what? So he was like, yeah, he in 8th grade. You ain't know that? So now I'm thinking back to whenever my one homeboy had said like, oh, you talked to Quan, like Quan Jefferson. And I'm like, yeah. And then he had looked at me and then he said nothing. Like when I said like, what's wrong? Mind you, the school that Quan went to, it was a private school, but it was like K through 12. So they didn't have like middle school and then they didn't have like elementary school and middle school and high school like that. Like it was just everybody went there until like you graduated. So I'm like, what do you mean? He's in middle school. No, we're in the same grade. So they was like, no, like you can check real, like I'm not lying. So he called like some more of his friends over. They like, y'all know who Quan is, right? Like just saying like his first name. They like, yeah, like the nigga who, yeah, he doing his big one. Like he real good. Like, yeah. What grade he in? So they was like, damn, I think that nigga's still in like middle school. He probably in what, like 8th grade, 9th grade? So I'm standing there looking goofy as fuck because it ain't no way I've been talking to an 8th grader for almost a year and I'm in the 10th grade. There's nothing wrong with that. But like, huh? This nigga told me we was the same age, and when I saw him in person, y'all would like, he still looks older than me to this day. Literally to this day. He grown ass fine man now. Whatever, that's besides the point. So I'm like, wait, what? I couldn't do nothing, y'all. We still no contact, y'all. A whole year to pass by. So we was together my 10th grade year. Junior year passed. Now we in senior year, right? And this was before I even started talking to Sean, knew of Sean's existence, anything. This was like the very beginning of senior year. I didn't meet Sean until I was damn near finna graduate high school. So, one day I'm on, one day, because if you're not new here, you know I used to be in cosmetology school while I was also currently enrolled in regular school. So like the first half of my day would be at my normal high school and the second half of my day would be at hair school. And we used to have these things where you have to stay after school to get hours, because in the state of South Carolina, to be a licensed cosmetologist, in the state of South Carolina, to be a licensed cosmetologist, you had to have 1,500 hours worth of work under your belt, essentially. That's what you can say. And we was at the salon so much, I think I passed, and at the end of my thing, I had like almost 2,000 hours. That's how much I used to be at school. So one day, we just in the salon, it's me, Nat, and Sparkle. We all are licensed cosmetologists. So we in the salon one day, and I just remember I was getting like a whole bunch of notifications on Instagram, which was not unusual, because I swear I wish I still had my old phone so I could show y'all like what I used to look like, especially because I used to have like bright red hair, and everything was just in that phone and on that Instagram, but I deleted it. I had almost 10,000 followers on that Instagram, I kid you not. stay Instagram. Anyways, so I'm just getting like a whole bunch of notifications. So I finally like look at my phone because it keeps like vibrating, like buzzing. So I look at it and it's Quan. It's Quan literally like liking all of my pictures. He done messaged me, follow me and some more shit, commenting on shit. So he messaged me and all he said was like, is your number still the same? Like, you still got the same number? So I'm sitting there looking at the messages and I'm showing Nye and Sparkle and they're like, you should message him back. Like, for anything, like, just to at least like get closure and to see like what happened, like why he ghosted you for like a whole year. So I just messaged back and I just said, yeah, period. Literally, that's all. Seconds go by, not even 10 seconds go by, he called on my phone. Now mind you, this is like after like regular school. I was like, regular school had been done, got out, we still at hair school. So I leave the salon and I go in the classroom and I close the door and I'm talking to him. I got it on speakerphone. So he like, how you been? Like, just really trying to like small talk me. Like, dang, I ain't heard from you in like so long. What you mean you ain't heard from me? I'm like, cause you literally like ghosted me. Like, we was good one day and then I just never heard from you again. So this is what he's telling me happened. Allegedly. Yes, me and him had a good relationship, and yes, I knew after he told me like all of this stuff about how serious he takes basketball. Yes, I understood you are an athlete. This is what you want to do with your life. You're trying to take it to a professional level. I understand that. You are not the first athlete that I've dealt with. Like, I get it. I never try to be a distraction to any guy that I'm dealing with. And I didn't believe that I was a distraction to him at all, because he made it seem like he was balancing like his school and then his basketball and then me. Like he acted like, or it seemed like he was balancing that like very well. So I never like thought it was an issue. He never brought it up. He never said like, oh, we talking too much, like you stressing me out. No, nothing. Like, when I tell you we had a great relationship, I really want y'all to understand that. It was no red flags. He wasn't doing me dirty. He was like always like reassuring me. Like, everything was great. So to go from that to all of these green flags to just you ghosting me, like, I can't get behind that. So he was just like, basically his mom came to him and told him like, she really likes me for him. She really likes me being with him. She really likes me as a person, but she can see how like I'm starting to be a distraction towards him. And his parents, one thing about his parents, they took his basketball career like very, very serious. Like, they put him in the top school in the state. They paid for like private coaches and private instructors and trainers and all this. Like, they really wanted to invest in him because they wanted him to go to a professional level, which I get it. Invest in your kid, invest in their craft. I get it. I totally understand. However, like I'm telling y'all, I never knew we had an issue. Like, if I knew that I was being a distraction, we could have tweaked some stuff. You don't gotta like break up with me. And also, his mom did not know that he lied and told me we was the same age, but she knew that I was in the 10th grade, right? So I'm just like, that don't make no sense to me. Like, I'm telling him everything that I just told y'all. Like, I didn't think that there was a problem in our relationship, but for you to just ghost me, so yeah, I wasn't going for none of that. So I'm just like, I hear you, but I'm not like really satisfied with that answer. That don't really like make sense to me. Like, I don't like that. So he was just like, well, I just wanted to tell you, like, I miss you, and like, I'm still in love with you. Like, I still love you so much. Like, what do you think about like giving us like another chance? Now, mind you, I used to be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs back then. Like, I used to be delusional. I used to be stupid. I used to be dumb. I just used to be doing shit. I know that. You don't gotta tell me that, because I already know that. So just imagine your ex ghosting you, your boyfriend ghosting you, turning into an ex, a whole year go by. Would I count this as 2 years? Because like really like the whole 2013 went by, now we in 2014. You count it as 2 years. 2 years don't went by. He called you on a random Thursday and say, baby, I'm sorry, I love you, I missed you so much, let's get back together. What did my dumb ass do? I said yes, absolutely. I said yes, y'all. I said yes, we're back together now. Like, yeah, we good. Like, we gonna let bygones be bygones. That's water under the bridge. We are back together, baby. We back rocking, and it's like we never missed the beat, right? So cool. So he said, oh my gosh, like, I'm so happy, like, blah, blah. Like, I'm just, like, smiling. Like, I'm cheesing because, like, I got my nigga back. Like, duh. And also, wait, hold on. I'm moving too fast. I did bring up the fact that, because now he's in the 10th grade. But y'all, I was just so in love with this little boy. I didn't even care that he was 2 years younger. I didn't care. I didn't care, not one bit. I did not care. I did not care. And the way that he looked, like, if I didn't tell y'all his age, if you've seen him in person, if you know who this is, like, in real life, he did not look like that. Like, I didn't care. I didn't care. I do not care, did not care, whatever. So we back together. So mind you, at this time, remember I said I probably had like 9 or 10K on my Instagram at the time. He had like a smooth 50K. Like, when I tell you this boy had clout before I even knew what the word clout was or meant or anything, he was popping. Like, it was 50,000 of like pure fans, literally. So in Quan fashion, and Quan like to be seen and like to show stuff off, what he do? This was on a Wednesday, actually, I remember. He screenshotted the picture off my page and he put it on his page, and it was like, my forever woman crush Wednesday. I love my baby, or like something like that. So I'm all in the comments like, I love you too, babe. I love you too. Like, it was just really cringe. So I'm getting like followers and people liking my pictures and heart eyes and hearts and like all of this stuff. So I was just like, I cannot believe I just went from being single as hell to back with my ex. Like, I can't believe that. So like, he spent the block. So everything is everything. We head over heels. Mind you, this happened on a Wednesday. Okay, please follow me. This happened on a Wednesday. We back cool, we back on the phone, we back texting, all of this stuff. I'm telling my mama, like, guess who I started back being with again? Like, guess who I started back talking to? Kawan, blah, blah, blah. She happy, I'm happy, everybody just happy. Like, you ever just like think back to something like that happened to you like a long time ago, and you just remember how blissful the moment was? Like, I was cheesing, like, I feel like I was smiling so hard. My cheeks like got cramps. Like, I was so genuinely happy, which is why I cannot believe that this nigga really like did me how he did me. So let me get off these messages because y'all. Y'all. Can y'all believe that? Can y'all believe? I'm so embarrassed. Can y'all believe that I'm sitting here on these messages with this boy? Like, I was sitting on the screenshot showing, these are screenshots from 2012. I accidentally, so you know, like on Messenger, you can like tap in the thing and it'll send like a thumbs up. Why I just accidentally did that, and he just sent back a question mark. I'm so ashamed. He really just sent back a question. I'm not gonna respond. That is so embarrassing because I know he probably just put up this chat like, oh my God, oh my God. I can't believe I just did that. Oops. Yeah, so what was I saying? He really sent my question mark. I am so sorry, sir. I was just using that as receipts for the video. He really sent back a question mark. I did not mean to do, whatever. What's done is done. What was I saying? So that happened on a Wednesday. Oh my God, I'm hot, y'all. I'm hot because I'm so ashamed. I can't believe that I just did that. It was an accident though. Now he finna be like, oh, this bitch thinking about me. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You're literally just the story time topic. I can't believe that I just did that. Okay. Also, why would you open the message that fast? Okay, whatever. What was I saying? So this happened on a Wednesday. Okay, so we talking and he's like, I want to take you out, like let's go to the movies, let's go out to eat, because he driving at this point. Let's go out to eat. And I remember he told me he wanted me to come to his house and we was gonna leave from his house so he could drive, and also his mom and dad like wanted to see me or whatever. So I'm like, okay, babe. So we was gonna go out on this Saturday. And I remember I had, of course, y'all know what I'm gonna say. When I got something to do, I'm going somewhere, what I'm gonna do? Go to the mall and get a new outfit, absolutely. So that's exactly what I did. I forgot who I was with, but that's really not important. So I just remember, went to the mall, was so happy, was getting an outfit. I'm just like all day saying like, ooh, I'm finna see my man, I'm finna see my man. I'm so happy, I'm so happy. So before I cannot believe that I really just did that. I keep thinking, like, do I say, like, do I respond back and be like, my bad? Because then you'll be like, why the fuck was you on these messages from like 12 years ago? That's really embarrassing. Like, I can't believe that I just did, like, do I say something? I'm asking y'all, it's gonna be too late by the time that y'all see this, because y'all not gonna see this till tomorrow. I'm not gonna say nothing. I got hacked. I'm not gonna say anything. I keep thinking about it though, because now he's gonna be like, this fucking weirdo bitch. Maybe I send back a question mark back and try to like gaslight him, like, what are you talking about? Okay, back to the story. I'm so sorry. I can literally keep thinking about that. Okay. So, before I go to his house, and mind you, he stays really far away from me. Before I go to his house, I remember I was driving to my daddy's house because he told me he wanted to give me some money, because my father is the type of father where he thinks that giving me money is a form of parenting, and I was just gonna do something for me. And this was before like I stopped like talking to my dad, like I cut my dad off completely. But yeah, this was around the time where like I wasn't fucking with him, but he always wanted to like take me shopping or like give me money, and like I'm never gonna deny no money from nobody. So okay, you say you want to give me some money, so I'm driving to his house and I'm going to get the money. I remember I was driving back from his house. Oh, I almost just said his real name because I keep thinking about this motherfucking message. Y'all, do I can't believe that I did that. It was an accident. Can you unsend messages on Messenger? You can't. It's too late though. He already saw it. Why would I unsend it? Okay, I'm sorry. I have anxiety. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm so embarrassed. I never get caught like lacking like that. Like what? I never get caught lacking like that. I'm just all on Messenger just looking at all of this stuff. Like what? I never open my Messenger, y'all. People are weird. Okay. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed. I keep getting sidetracked. I'm so sorry, y'all. Okay, so I'm driving back from my dad's house, and I remember he called me. And the way he answered the phone, like you know your man, you know? The way he answered the phone, he didn't even say anything like outrageous. It was just like the way he said hello. Like my stomach instantly like dropped to my ass. Like I don't know why. Call it my intuition, call it my superpower, call it my gift. I don't know, but how he like said hello, it just made me feel like very uneasy. And I remember I was passing by a CVS and I just knew I needed to like pull over to the CVS and talk to him. So that's exactly what I did. So he's like, hey, where you at? What you doing? And I'm like, nothing, I'm just leaving my dad's house. I'm finna go home, change my clothes, and then I'm finna be on the way to you. So he was like, I gotta tell you something. And he's talking like very like calmly, like very like mellow tone. And Quan normally don't speak like that. Like he's very like, you know, like he don't have like a high voice or nothing like that. His voice is very deep, but he's always like very like energetic. And he was just talking like very like monotone. So he was like, I gotta tell you something. So I'm like, okay, like what? So he was like, oh my gosh, y'all. I left out a huge part before I tell y'all this part. So when me and him had got back in contact like a couple days ago, because mind you, this is Saturday. We got back together on Wednesday. He was telling me, because I'm like, you do not miss me. Like, you do not love me. Like, you just saying shit. Like, you just be chatting. And he was like, no, for real. Like, I tried to, like, move on after you. And I tried to, like, start talking to this girl. Mind you, he's saying, like, try to. I tried to start talking to this girl, but me and her had, like, broke up or whatever because I always kept comparing her to you. And, like, I just, like, wasn't over you. Like, I told her I was still in love with you. And she didn't want to wait for me and, like, all of this stuff. So, I'm just like... Aw. So he was like, you remember the girl that I told you that I was dealing with after me and you had broke up? So I'm just in my head like, I know what this is gonna turn into. I know what he probably gonna say, like, he done got a bitch pregnant or something, like, she want him back, like, she gonna cause problems in our relationship. So I was like thinking that, but like my immediate reaction to that was gonna be like, okay, well, whatever she's trying to do, like, we can get through it together. Like, I'm not gonna let like no bitch break us up, right? So I'm like, yeah, what happened? So he was like, I can't be with you. And when I be having this stuck face in the videos, y'all, that's really how I be looking like in the moment. I really want you to understand. Like, my bottom lip be on the ground. So I'm like, what? So he was like, I lied to you like the other day. And I told you like me and her stopped talking, but we didn't stop talking. So I said, so you got 2 girlfriends? So he said, yeah, technically. But I said, why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Huh?
Come into my life and do that? You came back to me. Yes, I'm heartbroken over you. Yes, I wish we could have worked stuff out. Yes, I was thinking about you. Yes, all of that. I kind of moved on like after him, like very briefly. Like, I wasn't talking to nobody like serious, but I can't stay stuck on a nigga like forever. You came back into my life. Let's be clear. You came back to me. I didn't seek you out. I didn't find you and message you. I didn't do none of that. You came to me. So he was like, yeah, I know, but like, I didn't have a choice. Like, I don't have a choice in this situation. Like, he just kept saying like, I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice. So I'm like, what? Like, what don't you have a choice about? He was like, I have to be with her. Like, she's crazy. And she told me if I don't break up with you and just be back with her, like, she gonna like release some shit. So it's still to this day, y'all, I don't know like what, I don't know if this is true. I don't know like what she had on him. Like, I don't know what this was. I don't know. She was trying to extort him, blackmail him, like whatever. But he just kept saying like, she's making me be with her. Like, I cannot be with you. She's making me be with her. So I'm like, really? So he was like, but I want you to know, like, I don't love her. Like, I love you. Like, I love you so much. He's starting to cry. And when I get mad, like when I genuinely get mad, I start to cry. So this isn't like in this point in time, at this moment, it's not like a sad heartbreak cry. It's like a rage. Like, I'm pissed off. Like, so I'm crying and I'm yelling at him. And I just remember saying like, nigga, fuck you. Like, I can't believe you. Like, no way I just let you play in my face like that twice. Like, fuck you. And he was like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't have a choice. I was like, what does she have on you? Like, what does she have on you? Tell me so I can help you. Like, tell me. Like, I can tell your parents, like, we can help you. He was like, no, I can't do that. Like, what she like, it's gonna ruin me. Like, I can't do that. And it's just like, you in 10th grade. What could you have, like, What could you have possibly done that's gonna ruin you? Like, come on now. Like, we could get ahead. Like, I'm literally still, like, I'm mad and I'm hearing you say this and I'm still trying to help you, right? So he's like, no, like, I have to be with her, but just know, like, I don't love her. I'm not in love with her. Like, I love you so much, Lauren. I love you so much. Like, you have to understand, I love you so much. I love you so much. He just kept saying that, like, over and over. And I just remember, like, I was screaming at him. Like, I'm so mad, y'all. I'm shaking. I feel like I'm actively having a panic attack, like an anxiety attack. Not a panic attack, an anxiety attack. So I just remember, like, so many, like, tears was, like, in my eyes. Like, it was, like, so, like, watery, like, I couldn't see. And I just, like, told him, like, fuck you and that bitch. Like, I hope she... This is not good to say, but I'm mad in the moment, and I used to hit below the belt, and I just used to say anything. That's why I'm glad now that I know you have to be slow to speak when you're angry or when your emotions are heightened, because, like, things that you say, like, when you in the heat of the moment, you cannot say back. So I remember saying, like, fuck you, I hate you, I hope that bitch give you an STD, like, I hope your dick fall off, like, all of this stuff. And yeah, that was it. I hung up. And I feel like he tried to call me back, like, a couple times, and I ignored it. I was just sitting in my car, y'all, in silence for like 30 whole minutes, because I knew I couldn't, like, drive. Like, I was literally shaking. And I just kept thinking, like, why do I keep letting niggas play with me like this? And it's not even, like, shit that I can, like, see. Like, this hit me, like, totally, like, left field. Like, I was literally supposed to be with you in, like, a couple hours. We were literally going on a date. You were literally just telling me how excited you were about this. Like, I'm so confused. I'm literally so confused. And if y'all think that's the end of Quan, I'm gonna leave this story right here. I'm gonna end it right here. But tell me if you want. I don't even know if this will be like a part 2 to this, because this happened years and years after. Not years and years. So, like, the next year, like, after me and Sean had broke up, and then I'm, you know, entering the dating world again, Quan spun the block again. Tell me if you want to hear about that, because I could definitely let y'all know how that went down. And then I found out who the girl was and what happened. Okay, let me know if you want that story. But yeah, y'all, yeah, he spun the block. And just know, as far as, like, his basketball career, I'm not going to say much about that, because I don't want people to, like, try to, like, narrow down, like, who it is, even though I really don't care. I kind of do, though, a little bit. But yeah, that was that. He really just played in my face. And do y'all see, like, how, like, traumatizing guys were to me, to, like, go from Austin to Quan to Sean? That's, like, back to back to back stuff. And it's like, I don't even know, y'all. I feel like even stuff that happened, like, after that, like, do you ever really, like, properly, like, 100% heal from those things? And if yes, like, how long is it supposed to take? Like, is that, like, a lifelong commitment, your healing journey? Like, because I feel like I'm healed in, like, a lot of areas of my life, but, like, 100%, I can't say that I am. I really can't. Because, like, that used to, like, stuff like that just used to, like, have me, like, second guessing, like, my worth and, like, my value as a woman, and, like, am I not pretty enough? Like, what do I, like, I'm not even gonna get into that, but yeah. So yeah, that was that. And then a few months later, I met the worst man that I have ever met in my whole entire life, and he took me through the ringer, and yeah. I don't know what else to say. Y'all, I really just accidentally, like, I keep going back to the messenger, just, like, he really sent a question mark. Do I respond back? I'm not gonna respond back. I didn't mean, like, how did I even, like, oh, you know what I did? Okay, so, like, on Messenger, there's, like, a little thumbs up, like, in the corner right there. So, like, look at the, I don't care if y'all see these messages between me and my sister. So like y'all see the little thumbs up right there. I must have hit that on the accident and then it sent it in the... I am so ashamed right now. I'm literally so embarrassed. I'm not gonna message it back. I can't. I won't. Why would I? Why are you on the... Whatever. We gonna end the video right here. Thank you so much if you made it to the end. I love you and I appreciate you, but you already knew that. Before you leave, make sure you are subscribed. Comment something down below, even if it's just a pink heart or ice cream emoji or lollipop or something. Comment something down below. We're trying to grow the channel to 10K so we can do this giveaway. Turn on your post bell notifications. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow for a brand new Confessions with Lo, and I'm gonna see y'all next week for 2 brand new videos. Bye, y'all.